bringing this into a more grounded context, I recently came across, this actually comes from Andrew Huberman, who's a neuroscientist at Stanford. He was talking about some experiments that they were doing in their lab at Stanford on neuroplasticity, which is actually the brain's ability to learn. What they found is that errors and mistakes and quote unquote failures were critical to triggering neuroplasticity, and that if the subject never actually made any errors in what they were doing, they never actually triggered that learning response in the brain. And so errors were critical. They weren't like optional or unfortunate mistakes, or again, going back to use that word, air quotes, failures. They were like critical ingredients to the learning process. And so once again, finding the wrong path is a part of finding the right path. Learning what not to do is a part of learning what to do. And if we rob ourselves of these opportunities, maybe we're the basketball player who is afraid to make a single mistake on the court. And so we just shy away from all of these big moments. We don't want to assert ourselves on the game, and maybe we don't make a mistake, but we just slowly fade into the background of the game and we disappear. And we watch the game happening around us, and we're not doing anything overtly wrong, but we're also not stepping up and taking over the game in the way that we could if we played fearlessly. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, go down the list of the greatest players in history, and not a single one of them has ever played a perfect game. They all miss shots. They all make mistakes. They all turn the ball over at some point during the game. They make a mistake. These are the players who succeed in the long term because they expose themselves to the chance for failure. This is maybe the player who is shying away from the toughest matchups. There's somebody on your team that you just don't want to match up with in practice, or you don't want to play one-on-one with a certain player because you are just afraid of losing to them. It's too tough of a challenge. And yet, if you matched up with that player every single day in practice, that guy who can shut you down, would you become a better player in the long term? It's those momentary failures and the days where you kind of get your nose bloodied and you get beaten up that make you better in the long term. This is the essence of what we call the law of transformation here at Deep Game, which states the player who seeks growth advances faster than the player who seeks accomplishment. Growth, in large part, comes from failure. Failure is a huge component of it. I'm not saying you can't grow as a result of success. That's true as well. But in the process of achieving success, you expose yourself to the chance for failure. And so every big opportunity comes with these two options. You can succeed or you can fail. The third option is to not do anything at all. Just shy away. Don't take that matchup. Don't take that game-winning shot. And then nothing happens. We don't learn. We don't succeed or fail. And we sort of go into this lukewarm, never quite making it in basketball that ruins careers. And our career passes us by and slips away without us ever finding out how great we can be in this game. So once again, going back to that term that I used, finding the wrong path is part of finding the right path. Learning what not to do is part of learning what to do. Failure is a part of long-term success. And so the way that I like to look at this is chronic failure versus acute failure. Okay. So acute failure is momentary failures that happen over the course of our career. Maybe we lose a matchup. We miss a game-winning shot. Our coach gets mad at us. We turn the ball over. We make a mistake. Whatever the case may be, it happens and then it's over. Chronic failure is that lukewarm, never quite making it because I never stepped up sort of mode that a lot of players get into, where they're too afraid of failing, so they never give themselves a chance to succeed. And this happens over months, years of their career until finally their career's over. And once again, they never gave themselves a chance to succeed. The failure to expose ourselves to acute failures is what causes chronic failure. In the same way that an immune system that's never exposed to external pathogens and viruses and bugs never becomes robust enough to be healthy and strong in the world. As soon as, if we just are in this little incubator bubble and never exposed to any external pathogens, and then we step out into the world, we're going to get sick right away. And so in the same way, if we never go through these tough, challenging circumstances that maybe we fail in, maybe we make a mistake, maybe we get embarrassed, well, long term, we're just going to slip into this chronic, low grade failure that, is I look at it like poison to a basketball career. There's just no way that you can make it. Hey, it's Taylor. I hope you enjoyed this clip. And if you'd like to watch the full length talk, we'll have the title and or link for you in the description so that you can check it out there. And as always, if you'd like to go even deeper, the best place to do that is in our free masterclass over at deepgame.com, which I believe will be the most powerful hour of basketball learning of your life. I hope we see you there.